Serie A is back, James. I was here watching the game. I was loving it, to be fair. And I saw the team sheet. You got Lorenzo Pellegrini, Nicolo Zaniolo, Tammy Abraham, and Paulo Dybala, and they're all in the starting 11. I had some concerns that it would only be 3 of 4, but Jose's got all 4 of them in. And I think he feels okay about that because we're still playing 5 at the back. So I'm happy. 1-0 win. Could have easily been like 5-0, but Zaniolo didn't have his shooting boots on, but still created like 4 chances that no one in the world has the right to create. But that's what we get with Nicolo Zaniolo. But my question to you, James, relates to Jose Mourinho. And again, maybe I'm looking through rose-tinted glass here with my Giallorossi fanship that I've got here. If Jose Mourinho, though, wins the Scudetto, or maybe even just the Europa League, but I'm going to say the Scudetto because it's a much bigger achievement in my opinion, does Jose Mourinho like cement himself as the greatest manager of all time? And the reason why I wanted to ask that question, because that is a big statement. That is not lost on me how big of a statement that is. It's a guy who's gone to loads of different places. You know how much I love that, hence my Ronaldo stuff. He's gone to a bunch of different places, bunch of different environments, and he's been able to succeed, right? Okay, Juventus aren't the Juventus where they won like 10 in a row right from before. We've had a bit of fun with Inter, we've had a bit of fun with Milan now, but still Roma are not really a dog in this fight. And based on what I'm seeing, if he can win the Scudetto, I mean, how does your opinion of Jose Mourinho change, increase, or whatever?
Again, obviously, to me, puts him right up there. He was already right up there, but it kills the argument that he can't do it in this sort of generation from the point of view the way the players are. My opinion on Jose Mourinho as a manager is that from 2004 to 2015, I think that might be the greatest stretch I've seen from a football coach. To do what he did, Porto, win the league, UEFA Cup, and then the treble, going to Chelsea, dominating England, the doubles, winning, getting 90 plus points, then going on to Inter Milan, winning the league numerous times, winning the treble, Real Madrid, stopping Pep's great run with Barcelona, stopping the most dominant Barcelona team ever. He did that, and then coming back to England, and then in his second season in England, winning the league in dominant fashion, winning the 3 with Manchester United when he said that, listen, it was a problem. All these sort of stuff there.
Well, James, just quickly to your point there, in retrospect, finishing second with that Manchester United team is an outrageous achievement now that we look at it.
Again, Jose Mourinho, to me, by him winning this, it kind of, I wouldn't say erases, but it softens what happened in his last 2 jobs. Because I do believe that, was he unfairly treated in Tottenham? Yes. Was he unfairly treated in Manchester United? Yeah. But people only remember the results in what they see there. They see a manager got sacked. They see a manager got sacked twice from 2 football clubs there. And let's be honest, at Manchester United, come to the end, he was hounded out. He was like, it was the thing where he is a poison in this club. We need to get him out there. So he wins this right now. It lets you know everything about who Jose Mourinho is. Above all the controversy, above anything you want to say about me, the one thing I do most is win. He's the biggest winner. He could say that when it comes to winning, I'm the biggest winner in the history of football when it comes to football managers. That's to me a big thing.
But how does, I'm not going to accuse you of dodging the question because I know it's a big question, but does he assert himself in that? Great, no? Okay.
No.
And that's
no, he's Jack. Jose Mourinho to me is already top 5.
Right, sure.
He's a top 5, and like maybe in top of my head right now, I am leaving like Cruyff and all that, but I'm looking at it from the point of view of Guardiola, Ferguson. You got to put Mourinho in there personally. I just have to put Mourinho in there. Maybe an Ancelotti, probably Arrigo Sacchi, or how do you pronounce it?
Sacchi, yep.
Yes, Sacchi. Rullis, Nichols, and Capello. You kind of put that in that sort of realm. He is up there. To say he's number 1, Jack, that's a whole different. Because then we're as we got to nitpick and do all that sort of stuff there, and people are gonna mention he got sacked twice.
And that's
the big
true.
thing.
But I think this is where it always comes for me with the likes of a Pep Guardiola, because I'm always gone to these big, like, not just like, being manager of Roma, being manager of Spurs, being manager of Porto. You know what I mean? These are not like bona fide should be winning the league or should be doing this kind of type teams. It's his success with these smaller teams against the bigger teams that he sometimes has to compete against, where I'm like, hey, this is where because with Pep, and again, it's one of my criticisms, but that Champions League gap since his last one is long, and it's getting longer. And he's had Bayern Munich, and he's had Man City, where he spent, over £1 billion on play. You know what I mean?
Do you know the maddest thing for me when I hear that is that I get you from the point of view Pep has had all this stuff, but the way he built this Man City team and turned them into a juggernaut is a completely different issue. Because I look at, for instance, what Mourinho was able to do with Chelsea. You might say he has all the money. In my heart of hearts, I don't believe any other manager in the whole world at that time could have went into that Chelsea team and done what he did there. It wasn't just the fact that, he bought a bunch of players. It was the players he bought, Jack. He didn't buy the be-all and end-all. He bought an unknown Didier Drogba that we know today as being one of the greatest strikers of all time.
Yep.
But no one really knew him. And a prodigy, Iron Robin, who wasn't that great. All these all these players that, again, he bought Roberto Carvalho. Yes, Champions League winners, but they weren't the best in the world.
Right.
He brought them in and turned Chelsea into this crazy juggernaut and went toe-to-toe with Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson at their peak. It's things like that, that you when you point out with Jose Mourinho and say, that's why
that's the thing, because I think if you look at his whole body of work, and that includes the negatives, which some are in there, don't get me wrong, there are some in there, but the whole body of work thing, it just looks good. It just looks good. And again, I'm saying it based on success with this Roma team. He may not have the success, right, that I'm saying that he might have with this Roma team. So in that case, then we're just talking about, okay, maybe not just another guy, but we're not going to say that he's in danger of hitting that best to ever do it kind of role. But for me, that would be one hell of an achievement. And like I say, rose-tinted glasses for me, obviously.
In my eyes, Jack, even if he doesn't win it with Roma, I do think he's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Oh, 100%.
I really like Jose Mourinho. People, you talk about your Antonio Contes, your Klopps, for instance, right now. At Jose's best, none of them hold a candle to what Jose was and has done in his career.
So let me, just to finish off here, what does he need to do to separate himself and do that? What's missing for you to give him that kind of that title, that greatest to ever do it, based on your own opinion?
If he wins the Champions League, let's say he wins the league and Champions League with Roma will then we're having a difference. But Jack, I'm not gonna lie, the biggest thing with Jose Mourinho people are gonna point to is that he got sacked twice. That is no matter, even let's say if he goes on to take Roma and make them dominate, people are still gonna look at that. As you mentioned, you like a nitpick. People are gonna mention Spurs, Manchester United, and what happened there. As much as, to me, a lot of the time it wasn't even his fault. He didn't even get to finish what he started with Tottenham, which was totally unfair. Because Jack, he wins one trophy with Tottenham, and that automatically makes him the greatest.
He's the greatest to ever do it at Spurs. Yeah, right.
And even the Manchester United thing, I don't think he had enough time to kind of. And but it's an interesting one.
That's what
the
I'm
greatest
saying.
Manager of all time. He'll need to do. Even if he does that, Jack, it's not definitive to me. It's hard because I look at Sir Alex Ferguson, I look at Nichols, Pep, and all these greats.
I know it's tough. I know it's tough. Well, this is why I wanted to ask the question. What I'm hoping for is a Sir Alex type run at this Roma team. The Friedkins are going to build a new stadium. Dybala's going to be top scorer. Abraham will be second. And then we'll go from there. Guys, let me know what you think. Oh, James, go on, mate.
Also, guys, this is a fantasy video for Jack because he's just he's smiling. He's thinking about what could possibly be Roma. If Roma win the league, Jack's off to Rome, man.
James off to Rome. James said Champions League. I didn't tell him to say that. James said Champions League. I'm just putting that out.
You told me what Mourinho could do, but it's crazy. I'll tell you another thing he could do. Jack might hate this, and we'll finish it off here. Leave Roma and win it win the Champions League with PSG.
He could easily do. He could do that with probably with his eyes closed. But one thing I will say, it's probably not going to happen. But I just want to be on record saying it early. First ever winners of the Conference League, in with a chance at the Europa League this year, and with a bit more development and a bit more Jose Mourinho razzle dazzle, we could make the 3 Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. And on that note,
And you thought I was dreaming.